Okay, so this is 7th grade, and we're starting 1-9, dividing rational numbers. And I just spent about 10 minutes going over dealing with fractions and dealing with decimals and converting them. Maybe I should have recorded it, but I didn't. Anyways, I did take a screenshot. I'll put this up on the Google Classroom. So here's what I want to do. I'm not going to go through these examples in 1-9. You can look at the examples on your own time. I'm not worried about the try it at the bottom of page 60. And I'm not even worried about the try it at the bottom of page 61. But let's look at the try it here, these. All right, some of these can get a little complicated. So the first one is 1 2/5 over a negative 1/5. So we have 1 2/5 over a negative 1/5. A negative 1/5. Okay. What does that line right there mean, Mr. Karkit? It means division. So that's what we're doing. And I could look at it like this. I could even rewrite it. 1 2/5 being divided by, don't forget this is negative, so I'll put it in parentheses, a negative 1/5 equals. Now, in this case, and I didn't talk about that in the lecture I gave you guys 10 minutes ago, remember this is a mixed number and we need to change it into an improper fraction. So that would be 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 more is 7. And so that would be 7 over, and the denominator stays the same, over 5. Divided by, and then I'll put it in parentheses so it's not confusing, a negative 1/5 equals. All right? And then that rule I mentioned before, keep, change, and flip, that applies because we're dealing with fractions here. So keep it as 7/5, change it to multiplication, and then you flip the last fraction. So now this becomes a negative 5 over 1. And again, I'm just putting it in parentheses so you don't have this times sign and a minus sign following one another. That can get kind of confusing. Now, when you multiply two fractions together, just go straight across. What's 7 times 5? 35. What's 5 times 1? Don't forget that negative. How many times does 5 go into 35? 7 times. It's a negative. And there's the answer to A, which I want you to do. It's a negative 7. And we're going to do B, C, and D. Okay. So let's look at B here. So here we have decimals now. So we have a negative 0.4 being divided by a 0.25. All right, so it's decimals. I'm not going to worry about the keep, change, flip. What's being divided? The 0.4. So I can set it up as 0.4 being divided by 0.25. Okay. Can we divide with a decimal?
No.
The answer is no. So I have to get rid of that decimal. I got to move it over 2 places. Whatever you do on the outside, you do on the inside. Some of you are kind of nodding. You're maybe remembering this. So here's the decimal here. I've got to move it over 2 places. 1, 2. So I've got to add a 0. So I'm just going to rewrite this so it's a little clearer here. So now I've got 25 going into 40. So I asked myself, does 25 go into 4? Nope. Does it go into 40? It sure does. How many times? Once. 25. What's left over?
25. 15.
15, heard somebody say. All right. Now, where's the decimal in 40? It's right there. It goes straight up. So the decimal's right there. So it's going to be 1 point something. And so we're not done. There's 15 left over. So we need to bring down 0. Now I ask myself, does 25 go into 150 evenly? It sure does. How many times? 6 times. And that is 150. Nothing left over. So we go back to the problem here. It was a negative 0.4 divided by a 0.25. Our answer was 1.6, but remember one of them was negative, so it's a negative 1.6 is the answer. All right, let's look at C here. Back to fractions. 7/8 divided by, I'm going to put it in parentheses here so it's a little more clear, a negative 3/4 equals. Simple keep, change, flip. Miss Brewer, set it up for me. What do I do?
Keep the first one.
7/8.
Change division to multiplication.
Good.
And flip the last fraction.
Good. So it's a negative 4/3 equals. Put up 100 points. All right, now we just multiply straight across. 7 times 4 is 28. 8 times 3 is, what is it?
24.
24. Okay. Can that be reduced? Sure can. Remember, I'm going to mark these wrong if you don't reduce some of these problems. Yeah, Mr. Moore?
Also just cross-cancel the 8 and the 4.
Oh, you know what? I totally missed that. Mr. Moore put up 100 points. So what he just pointed out is that I could have cross-canceled the 8 and 4, and that would have made it a lot easier. But I'm just going to show you that you could solve it either way. I'd like to say that that was my intention, but it was not. Mr. Moore just caught that I could have made it a lot easier. So 24 goes into 28 how many times? Once. What's left over? 4 over 24. Can that be reduced?
Yeah.
Sure can. 1 and 4 goes into 4 how many times?
6. So
And 4 goes into 24 how many times?
6 times.
Okay. 1 and 1, 6. Well, now let's do it the way Mr. Moore recognized it would make it easier. 7/8 times a negative 4/3. Okay. And he pointed out I could cross cancel. 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 8 twice. Can't do anything with a 7 and 3. Now I just multiply straight across. 7 times 1 is 7. 2 times 3 is 6. Have an improper fraction here. 6 goes into 7 how many times? Once. What's left over? 1, and the denominator stays the same. Look at that. Same thing. Of course, Mr. Moore's way was a lot more efficient. Okay. So what do we have here? 1. Oh, wait. Was one of these negative? Yes. So the final answer is, because I'll often just dismiss the negative until I get to the very end, but then sometimes I'll forget. So it is a negative 1 and 1/6. All right. So let's look at the last one. Here we have a decimal being divided by a negative 1 and 1/6. So I'm going to put 0.7 divided by, in parentheses, I'll just put a negative 1 and 1/6. Well, if you guys remember earlier when I was talking about there's some conversions you should just have in the top of your head. And here it is again. 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.2. It's going to be that over a tenth. So going back to this problem here, it's 0.7. So what is 0.7 converted to a fraction? I heard somebody say it. It's going to be 7/10 divided by a negative 1 and 1/6. All right. Now, we need to change the 1 1/6 into an improper fraction. So I'm going to rewrite this as 7/10 being divided by 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7, and it's going to be a negative 7/6 equals. All right, now what? Keep, change, flip. I'm going to pull a stick here. Mr. Wise, what's the next thing I do? Okay, so what happens to the 7/10 for starters? Keep it the same, 7/10. Then what? Times what? Right, becomes a 6/7. Oh, there we go. You guys like that, didn't you? All right. Mr. Wise put up 100 points. Next, Mr. Scott, what do we do next? Millions of people on YouTube are listening to this video right now, so you might want to. I'm kidding.
Turn it into a, like, not negative.
No. Mr. Moore, help him out.
You would multiply.
Yeah, we've changed it to multiplication. Now you just multiply straight across. Mr. Moore, 7 times 6 is? Oh, look at that. Another 100 points. I get ahead of myself. 7 goes into 7 once, 7 goes into 7 once. There we go. All right, so now we just multiply straight across. 1 times 6 is 6, and then 1 times 10 is 10. That can be reduced. 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes into 10 5 times, and when we go back to the original problem, one of them was negative, so the answer is a negative 3/5. All right, all that was just for the try-its. Okay, and I walked you guys through that. You got a lot of problems that I want you guys to do that are like that. So let's look at page 62 here. The essential question, how is dividing rational numbers like dividing integers? Just copy this down here, same rules apply for dividing. Scratch out 2 and 3. Not worried about those. But for 4, circle A, B, C, and D. For 5, circle A, B, C. For 6, I'm not worried about 6 and 7. Scratch those out. I know you guys love that. 6, 7. Number 8, circle. Number 9, just 9A. Scratch out B. Circle 10. Circle 11. And 12A and B. Scratch out C. Page 64, number 13, A and B, scratch out C. 14, just do A, scratch out B. Circle 15, not worried about 16 or 17. And down to the bottom, 18 and 19, circle those. All right, you guys keep track of the negative signs so you don't make a mistake. And then, as Mr. Moore pointed out a couple times, cross-cancel when you can. That will help. And that's it. So you guys have not quite a half an hour to work on that.